Well, welcome everyone to our lovely update training and educational call for EDU Swarm and the Swarm Club on Saturdays. It may be already Sunday, depending on where you are. Saturday morning USA, Saturday evening where I am over in Greece. My name's Mandy Elliott, and a big welcome to you. So I want to call out an amazing gentleman who is, well, he's a very powerful builder. He's full of great information and education here. Lives in Texas. Rick Thompson, over to you.
Well, Mandy, thanks very much, and welcome to everybody wherever you are in the world we live in. As Mandy said, we're glad you're here. Guys, we're going to take a little bit of time this morning, and we're not going to do an actual training. Many of you, as you've either heard our calls live or been able to go to the library and view them if you couldn't be there live. We try to teach some of the basic mechanics of how to help people build their business. And a lot of you who are on this call probably, think like I do sometimes, like, well, I'm not going to call in for a training because I've been doing this for 30 years. But you know what? I find out when I call into trainings that I hear something that I hadn't thought of in the last 15 to my 30 years. And so these calls are always fun because you can get what we call nuggets. You can pick up something that you hadn't used, or a line you haven't heard, or whatever the case may be. But one of the really cool things about what we're doing with EDU Swarm is we're hitting into the e-market, if you will, and our primary subject that we have over here, for you to deal with is our product, are the education modules, and we're going to put a higher and higher concentration level on the activity around the blockchain. And if you're not totally conversant with blockchain technology, don't feel like you're out there on your own, because there's a lot of people that are not conversant with it, and you need to know about it. It's kind of like, wouldn't you have loved to have been a person who could write code for Microsoft back when Bill Gates and Paul and those guys brought Microsoft to the marketplace? Well, you're really in that same position right now because of the internet and because of what we can do with crypto technology. This is going to be the forefront of change for everything. And there's a medium of currency that's out there called Bitcoin. And again, the company is right on the cutting edge because the company only accepts Bitcoin for payment and for payout. So once again, we're not having to deal with, Bank of America or Wells Fargo of the United States and having to pay attention to all their rules. We're not having to deal with MasterCard and Visa, with chargebacks and problems. In fact, this company is really simple, because when you join the company, you have a one-time out-of-pocket expense to get involved in the 2x2 matrix and all the other fun things that we have here. So it's a great situation where you can come in and learn about cryptocurrency and multiple other subjects. There's cooking courses and gun safety and educational courses and classes. Some of them are broken up into modules in the e-learning system. So you've got a ton of information as far as your retail product purchase, and everybody's a customer that comes here. So again, we built this program to be sustainable, so that as you come in here and you gain your content and everything's here, it's good forever. But guess what? As good as that is, we have a situation now where we just made it one step better for all of you. Most of you that are on this call that have been in the industry are conversant with the companies out there like World Ventures and the old YTB and Traveris Travel and on and on and on. A lot of major travel companies in the multi-level market world. Well, we're not a multi-level marketing company, but we still have people here who love to do what? Travel. Everybody loves to travel. It's an $8 trillion, $10 trillion market. And the biggest part of the tools that any of these companies have ever offered, and where the most value was in their booking engines. And, it's nice to have, different trips and selections. And we'll be doing that too on a market by market basis for you. But how about if you had a great add-on to your website that would enable you to share in the travel space? So now that I've said that, and hopefully got your interest peaked a little bit, I'm going to kick this right back over to Mandy. And Mandy, let's let everybody know what's going on the club website for them.
Oh, thank you, Rick. And this is the great thing because everyone's heard of travel. And you just said earlier, Rick, how, people may not have heard of the Bitcoin or the blockchain. And so there's a lovely learning curve because it's always great to sort of oil up those little gray cells and learn more. I don't believe there's a person out there that doesn't know what travel means, even if it's just, the commute to work, or then if it's a business trip, a weekend away, or some long haul luxury travel. So this is what we have. And it literally is where Bitcoin meets travel. So we're pretty unique with this. And we've got this is an amazing search engine which guarantees the lowest accommodation price. And, we had a call earlier this week just to sort of quickly cover on that. I had a meeting in London, popped across to London, but before I went, I was chatting to a lady who owns the hotel. I live in Greece, and it's the only hotel in this village. And I asked her to write down on a piece of paper the best deal that she could offer me for stay later on this month in that hotel. And she did. She put down for 7 nights from the 26th of September, and she put down 80 euro. And that's a mate's rate because I know this lady quite well. And I went across to show the particularly the travel side, because these guys I was meeting up with had been previously involved in travel, but it was a business that was sort of a little bit stagnant, a little bit topsy-turvy with how it was all working, and didn't have any true direction or management. So they were feeling sort of lost, basically, I suppose, of the world, drifting out to sea with no direction. And they were keen to learn what we were about to launch here with the travel. So we just did a couple searches with the Swarm search engine, and this hotel in Greece, that came up at 68 euro a night. Now this lady quoted me 80, so that was a 12 euro per night saving. May not sound a lot, but 7 nights, that was 84 euro. Whereas to join this business is a one-time dip your hand in your pocket. The 0.01 Bitcoin, that at the moment in euro is about 60 euro. So we're talking, I'm in Europe talking euros, but if I put that into dollar context, to join the business is about $80, and that hotel for the week would be $100. So it's like getting a business free. So the beauty of what we have here is we all can have this unique pin. I'm just going to flip across to when you're with us, and if you click on the sign in to your the Swarm Club website, when you're in the back office, you will see an image like this, but it won't say view pin. It will say request pin here, and it'll be in red. So you click on that, and there's a little form that comes up, and it just asks your EDU username, the email address associated with your EDU account, so that we know that you are, part of EDU, and you tick a box saying that you agree to the terms of the usage of your PIN, because this is not for sharing with others. It comes with your business, so it's for you to use and enjoy. It's like a perk for you. And so you're going to have a PIN. I'm not going to click on view PIN because that shows my PIN, which of course is confidential to me, but that will take you across to the search engine. So, we've got that sort of outlined. I'll just scroll down on the page here so that you can see. Sorry if it goes too fast, but you enter your PIN, and that's where you can search, which is what we did looking at this hotel here. And the meeting was in the Hilton at Gatwick Airport, and we found that we could make great savings, about 25 UK pounds per night for there. So this is great because it's bringing on the fact that you can earn your Bitcoin. You've got the education, you've got the travel, and you've got Bitcoin. So whatever your audience is, when you're talking with people, you've got 3 aspects that you can lead your business with. Talking to a crypto guru, well, I can show you how you can create your extra Bitcoins coming your way on a monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly basis. Talking to someone who loves travel, hey, well, we've got this great travel search engine that guarantees the lowest price accommodation. It really, really does. And it's a one-time, again, it's the same getting started cost. It all comes in as a package. So, and they can come in, have their PIN, and start saving money on their travel. And they're going to talk to others about it. So these other people are then going to want to join the Swarm, and the business is going to grow from word of mouth. And then you've got the e-learning, the e-education, another billion-dollar area with some great products, as Rick covered just now, that covers all aspects of life, from personal development to gun safety laws to learn about the blockchain. There's so much in there. Cookery, you mentioned it, there's a lot. It's like going to a normal library, but this is all online e-learning, and the content there is being added to daily, weekly. and it's going to be constantly updated. So that's the excitement of what we have here. And, I'm finding that the audience is broader from the travel perspective. I've had a couple of great conversations since we since we launched this travel, which was only Thursday, and people are really getting excited. So it's a great way to share information. It's a different perspective. We are talking now where Bitcoin meets travel. And I mean, that's pretty unique in itself. Back to you, Rick.
Well, Mandy, that's excellent. And I'll tell you, the one thing, guys, and I'm sure you caught the flavor of what Mandy was saying about traveling to London. And a lot of us right now on this call are in the United States of America, or somewhere in North America, Canada, Mexico, USA. But how many of us either already have acquaintances that we have or have done business with people that have international customers? And I'll tell you guys, this particular booking engine that we have is the most versatile one in the industry. I've been in the travel space most consistently since 2005. So I love travel. I travel all the time. I keep up with what's going on and where, and there's a consolidated process that a good company has where we take advantage of the competition of the different rates in different countries. And this particular product, I'll give you the example. Kim Stewart, who is one of our great leaders that lives over in Nairobi, Kenya, he was talking to me about a great location in Mombasa, which is down on the coast, there where he is. And many people there in that region love to travel down there for, long weekends and vacations. And we just went in and compared pricing in our booking engine without having anybody call and make special arrangements or anything else, just going to the booking engine, selecting your dates and your accommodation and booking it right online. They were saving upwards to $50 US dollars equivalent per night, per stay. So you stop and think about that. If you're going down there for the weekend, you save $100, $150. Well, if you came in as a bronze in EDU Swarm, you can't get to the travel back office unless you're a member of EDU Swarm. So people are going to automatically come in and build your matrix business, your Tumblr business. I don't even like calling it a matrix because as you get into this thing, guys, you're going to see that, in the presentation, Mandy's going to pull that part up on the screen here. You see where people come in above you, beside you, under you. In fact, I was talking to one of our leaders who just joined this week and got on board. And I told him, I said, I kind of like calling it a Tumblr. And lo and behold, I saw an email that he sent out to one of his prospects saying, hey, you got to take a look at this Tumblr video, because the screen you're looking at there on top, you can see that the people above you are obviously contributing. The people beside you are contributing. And I keep in mind, if you see there where it says your enroller and your enroller, is only the first two, but the other people are coming from everybody else on that board. So this is the most unique experience you're ever going to see. And now if people are saying, well, I don't know about, how fast I can build or whatever I can do this or how I can do that. I say, listen, you're going to be sharing travel. You're giving the gift of travel. You're giving an $8 trillion market to people to utilize at no additional expense. Thank you for joining EDU Swarm. And they've got the ability to save money all day, every day, and accumulate Bitcoin. And accumulate and then hold on to it is the key. Bitcoin right now, guys, is sideways. It's gone over the last 2 weeks. It's gone from about 6,300 to 7,500, back and forth in that $1,200 range. But there's a lot of things going on out there right now. And, some of the people that I know that deal in very different levels than what we do with Bitcoin, they're all forecasting for the very near future that you're going to see Bitcoin take a move in a positive direction and value. Now, I don't know if it will or it won't, and we're not sitting here saying, boy, you got to jump in here, you're going to miss it. But I know, and Mandy's showing you right there, we have this on your website too. There's a current calculator on there that shows what Bitcoin is right now. So if you earned, 0.04 Bitcoin, which would be, your pay for your silver position, okay, for a stage 2 position. There you are. What did you earn? $257.29. So let's say Bitcoin, theoretically, we do it the other way around and put Bitcoin at $8,000 in the calculator. Remember, it was $257 when Bitcoin was 6,400. And then if we change that and we show Bitcoin at 8,000, I don't know if the calculator let us do that or not. It may not. But the same concept, the pay would be 320 guys versus 257 because you're taking 0.04% of $8,000 Bitcoin. So that would equate to 320 US dollars. So you see, why is it important to earn Bitcoin? And obviously you can see where it's going. You know what's going to happen. And take advantage of that, because if you deal it now today in dollars or euros or pounds or shillings or whatever the case may be, you're in a position where you're not accumulating anything. In fact, your buying power is decreasing. Here with Bitcoin, there's a good opportunity for you to at least continue at the same pace. And remember, with what we have for tools, you can actually come out of the program at any time you choose to. All you have to do is request whatever earnings you have in your account. You're immediately paid. There's no cap. You can't, there's no rules. If you have 1.6 Bitcoin in your wallet, all you have to do is request it, and it's immediately sent to you. This is the most honest opportunity and a great place for you to put people that are going to have repeated earnings, residual income in this matrix, because it's a 2x2 tumbler follow me matrix. And all you do is when you go through each process is you follow your enroller through each stage. Every time you cycle, you follow him back on the same board, and it goes over and over and over. So you're continually getting free Bitcoin just by sharing the opportunity, telling people, say, boy, you can't believe what I learned about crypto. On top of that, we saved $120 last weekend on a trip that we wanted to make down to, Dollywood, down in Nashville or somewhere, and that, whatever the case may be. But guys, this is a fun thing, and this is a tool that you're looking at to build your business. All the information about EDU Swarm that you would want to put together and send to me as your prospect is right here on this site. And this is your website. This is a self-replicated site that the club gives you when you become a member of the Swarm. And if you have prospects you're sending this out to, when they go through and they fill out the application, they join, within about 24 to 48 hours, they'll have their self-replicated site the same way. So it takes all the pain out of, how do I put a presentation together? How do I give people information about Bitcoin? Oh, I click on that tab, the second one from the right, and it tells me all about Bitcoin. That's cool. All of the stuff you need to succeed is right here. You don't have to hunt and go try to find a YouTube video that you can read or understand. And, and if you're talking about different ways to buy it, how do you spend it? How do you get a debit card with a Visa or MasterCard logo to convert it to, fiat currency, whatever country you live in? All those things are here. So this is going to be a fun ride. And if you haven't been paying attention, and many of you on this call, have been sitting back waiting to see what's going to happen, Well, we added 3 great leaders this week to this company that are going to take you to the next level. You're going to go for the ride or be left behind. Mandy, I know where you're going. I'm going to turn it back to you to let you close it out. Thanks for all the information and the update on the travel.
Well, thank you, Rick. Yeah, it's really exciting. Just before I changed the screen, I was just showing it on the video there, on the link there. Here you are. To join today, if you come in at bronze, it just went because I was changing the screen page. 0.01 is just over $64. I mean, a whole business for $64. You've got the option of coming in at silver, which that's about just below $200. It's 3 times the 64. I mean, if you look at the cost of traveling to work, you've got your commute, you've got wear and tear perhaps on a car, maybe you're going by train, bus, however you get there. Even if you're walking, you're burning up shoe leather. You've got your work clothes, your tools, everything. You look at this as a business that can create you an additional income and a supplementary income, or perhaps even then, you might step up to really building this out beautifully and making it your mainstream income. Just that one time, there's no other cost. You don't pay each time you cycle to go back into the matrix. That's incorporated. It's an algorithm that works. The maths work. They've been done. So I want to thank you for your time, for joining us on this Saturday. Thank Rick as well. And we look forward to welcoming you and your guests to this amazing business. Bye-bye for now.
Bye for everybody.